Hi, I'm here to announce a couple things. You got clickbait. I'm not getting kicked out of my apartment, but it is kind of important because I'm kind of on my way. The new time slot show is going to be at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Shot from the point. Podcast. Everything else will be pretty much normal. We'll start at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's because I have to absolutely cut it off by 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Apparently, my neighbor, who I've had a long-standing agreement with and haven't heard a complaint of, I was actually thinking since late 2017, has been told to compile a list of noise complaints. Some of them match up with late night streams and with me being on the Drunken Peasants podcast or anything I've done late. I think even the one time with Among Us, and then the one time I got furious on, and a few times on Augie's show as well. So this isn't the normal just, keep it down thing. This is, they're compiling a list, and they can terminate your contract at any time for my apartment. And it looks like they're trying to get us kicked out. And that kind of sucks because, like I said, we had an agreement, and what ended up happening was I got this place insulated, as you guys can see. I am literally standing under four sheets of carpet right now. I'm sure the arcades have dulled the sound in the room. I've done pretty much everything that I could afford to do without moving. And apparently they've had enough, and they've been making complaints since June of this year. Maybe it's because they're home more often, because I don't know. It's late night stuff, and it does go against our agreement. So I'm going to have to at least stick to that. And one of the reasons I went against the original agreement, because I hadn't heard anything in 3 years, pushing 4. So, I mean, I moved in here in October of 2016. Oh, geez, that's 4 years this year. We got some complaints in. I moved into here. I did a bunch of stuff, and I think I got a couple complaints in the winter of 2017. That's it. I've had dinner with these people. I went out, I ride the bus with these people. So that's going to be super awkward. And they haven't said a thing. So I'm not terribly sure what happened, but it's clear if they're making, what I'm told, if they're making a list of noise complaints, and who knows if they recorded them or not. Because again, they do line up with streams. They're trying to get us kicked out, more than likely. Because literally they could come up, and they come hold, and not only that, we hold some of their Amazon stuff as well. So that makes some pretty drastic changes for me in a lot of different ways. You'll probably never see me on Augie's show again, which is unfortunate, because when I go on Augie's show, it helps me. And Drunken Peasants be suspended through further notice. I'm never going to be able to get in on an Among Us game. What you call it? Those shows where member shows will be scheduled before 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time going forward. And even and it will even affect me on weekends as well. But the only thing I could do is probably read the news in a normal voice. That's the only thing. It's because they do seem to be extended. They're from point A to point B, from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock, stuff like that. And I do have a tendency to stay up late certain times for when there's something actually going on that's worth my while and what I think will be entertaining. So yeah, this shit ends today. Now I want to let you know, because I know the first word out of most of your mouths is going to be, well, why don't you move? Well, that's not always an easy thing to say to people. It's not always easy to do. But I did talk to my wife about it, and I think because my wife's really quiet and she hates noise too, and then we have never bitched about them fighting downstairs. I think, and just the fact Tommy growing up, maybe with a backyard and a dog, something we can't do in the city, might be the best move. So I can tell you now that even this weekend, we're probably going to be looking into renting a house. I'm not much for buying. I don't know if we have that kind of dough, but renting a house possibly with a basement or something, and making sure they have really good internet. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. But until then, I mean, this is just the way things goes. If for some chance well, they were to complain again. I mean, there's really, if I stick by the rules and they still complain, we really can't live here anyway. So, um, you know, we need the money that comes from YouTube. And it's I can't even I can't be close to efficient or pay my bills or much less my child support if I'm not able to reach a North American audience. It's very difficult to do that at 3:00 Eastern Standard as is. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. So from now on, shows at 8:30 and overtime will be, no longer than 4 p.m. Eastern. That's when everything gets cut off, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing I can do about it. But again, I'll tell you guys, we are looking into some other places because I mean, these people obviously want us out. I mean, and I think if I had to guess, I think because they probably, our landlord was probably stonewalling them a little bit, because they told them, okay, write it down, and some of these are like over a month apart. There's only one there's one recently, there's one completely recently, and it's from a month ago, this week, and yeah. We got the letter yesterday, so there's nothing even in October for that matter. So yeah, the landlord says they could terminate her thing, so that's the way it goes. And I don't know, Tommy growing up with a dog in a backyard might be a better thing. I won't like it. I don't like living, even if you just go a little outside the city, it's like country. Of course, the internet's gonna have to be city good, for lack of a better word. And yeah, we'll start looking. I think we're going to start looking this weekend, and if it looks similar to what we have now, yeah, I think we probably end up taking it. But that could take months, years, or not happen at all. So the reason I'm telling you this is 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. I'll see you tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time for the Shot from the Point podcast. We'll still be putting out the news over here. And yeah, that's about it. Also, I got some extra content for you right here tonight, that's unrelated to anything bad. So that's the best I can do. I apologize. I've actually had to make this video once before, and you guys were really receptive to it. And I spent, I don't know how much money insulating this place. I don't know how much money on carpet. I did everything I could, and I didn't hear anything for years. So in 2019, I started, pushing the limit a little bit. Well, I guess I pushed it too far. So yeah, and that's going to be it, Jack. So 2:30, I'm going to have to get used to saying that. 2:30 Eastern Standard. I'll see you tomorrow. If you want to call in and talk about it, that'll be fine. And we'll keep you up to date with all the trending topics on the internet and things of that nature, like we always do. That won't change at all. So I'll see you.